Hey everyone, my name is Wes, and welcome back to Terror Talk, where I discuss creepy clips online. Just to set up clear expectations, this is a commentary channel on scary stories and weird stuff. So, if commentaries are a thing, you're in the right place. The original horror music at the end of my videos was composed by me. Now, let's get into it and have some fun.
In 2020, during one of those strange in-between phases of lockdown and reopened stores, I had a stretch of time that felt less like reality and more like I was walking through a scripted loop I couldn't escape. I was driving home late from my girlfriend's house, maybe 1:30 in the morning.
A scripted loop that you couldn't escape, I mean, doesn't that just kind of sound like reality as we know it? Like, I'm not trying to come across as a glass is half empty kind of guy. I mean, in general, I pretty much am. But yeah, I just thought that was a funny way to put it because it does feel like we're just kind of in a scripted loop, like day in, day out. But just kind of like a funny, dark thought I wanted to share.
It had just snowed, not heavy, but enough to turn the roads slick. I live in a small town outside Scranton, Pennsylvania, and there's this one intersection near my place that's infamous for accidents. It has 4 stop signs but no lights, and on snowy nights you have to basically guess if the other driver will obey them. As I approached the intersection, I felt something heavy settle in my chest. It wasn't fear at first, just a strange sense of being out of place, like I had stepped into a moment I had already lived. I slowed down, even though I had the right of way. Then, without warning, a black pickup truck blew through the stop sign on my left. If I hadn't hit the brakes early, it would have plowed straight into my side. I pulled over, shaking, watching the taillights vanish into the snow. That would have killed me. I knew it. But what scared me more was that I knew it was coming. Not in the way you anticipate danger. I mean, I remembered it. I remembered the details, like the crunching metal and the glass and the airbag crushing my face. None of it happened, but I remembered it like a fact. I chalked it up to stress. The pandemic, the isolation, whatever. But then, a few nights later, I had another episode. I was at a red light, and I remembered the song that would come on the radio before it did. I remembered the woman walking her dog across the street, even though I couldn't see her yet. I started to feel like I wasn't living in the present anymore, just reenacting it. Then the dreams began. Same road, same crash. Each night more vivid. One dream, I got out of the car and saw my own body slumped in the driver's seat with my eyes glassy and a long gash across my temple. I could hear myself trying to breathe. On the 5th night, I woke up in a sweat and told myself I wouldn't take that route again. I drove 10 minutes out of the way and took the highway instead. Later that day, I got a message from a friend. There had been a fatal crash at that same intersection. Same time I usually drove through it. Same make and color of my car. A different person, but the same ending. Ever since then, I wondered, was I remembering my own death in another timeline? Was some part of me rerouted at the last second? Was I just another version that got lucky, while another me didn't? I haven't had deja vu like that since, but sometimes when I drive at night and the road looks too familiar, I get chills, because maybe some part of me remembers something I'm not supposed to. I later looked into near-death experiences and found people reporting the same kind of thing, memories of things that hadn't happened yet, only they always involved a close brush with death. Maybe deja vu is just a side effect of slipping through the cracks. Maybe time isn't a line at all, but a constantly reloading loop, and occasionally something inside us remembers what happened before the reset. If that's true, then every time we avoid disaster, it might not be because of luck. It might be because we've already lived through it. Some part of us is trying desperately to keep it from happening again.
Huh, that's an interesting theory, and to some extent, I kind of understand what they're saying, but in the other instance, it's kind of confusing the way he was talking about it. Let me know if you fully understand in the comments below, because I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of an unfamiliar concept for me, but it's kind of wild that he was kind of having the same deja vu again and again on the same night in just kind of a different way. But then when he went a different route, it's like, another person took his place. And I don't know, that is kind of strange. What do you think about that? And I know he gave his theory on it, and I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I would have to listen to it again a couple of times, but let me know, do you understand what he was saying? And maybe you can better explain it in the comments. But either way, this was definitely a spooky story, and it is kind of like a really bad version of Groundhog Day to keep, reliving your potential death over and over again like that. It's pretty spooky. But yeah, I think these stories are very cool, and I hope you enjoy the commentary and the music, and I will see you in the next video.